So first and foremost, I want to speak about the comb. Everybody with a long-haired dog, doesn't matter if it's a shepherd or a tiny little Maltese, Yorkie, or a little mixed breed, you do want one of these. So groomers will use these on all long-haired dogs. I prefer using a smaller one that has a lot more or a lot less space between the teeth, just so that I could deshed or demat. So as a groomer, I like using this comb for dematting, deshedding, and fluffing. So it just spreads out the hair a lot more than the wider teethed ones. So as a client of mine, I would really appreciate it if you went and picked one of these up if you do not own one, just so that I can give you what you want with your grooms. If you want a long fluffy dog, definitely pick one. So when using these combs, you will not go from front to back. You will go from bottom, so base of the dog's skin, all the way up the hair. Smaller combs, same thing. So base of the skin up. They will be harder to get through your dog. So if you are hitting mats and tangles, hold the base of the hair and keep pulling up. So then there's also these very wide tooth combs. You do not want to pick one of these up for your everyday brushing. So there's a huge difference between these and the ones that you do want. You definitely want at least one half that is closer to. So then there's flea combs. Very self-explanatory. Hopefully you don't ever have to use one. It's not fun. So then we have slicker brushes. You can find them in all kinds of shapes, sizes, colors. I would recommend getting one this size rather than this size. This is more for like feet, smaller areas, but if you're trying to... So with your long-haired groom dogs, you will, let's say like Shih Tzu. So you will go over the dog with this slicker brush, and then you will use your comb, and then you can use your slicker again. So Maltese, Poodle, Shih Tzu, any small groom dog that you have, or even large groom dog with long coat that you normally get clipped, you need both of these. You can't just have one without the other. So base of the hair up, this will just get those little tiny little pin mats off of the tip of the hair. So then for your wire-haired coats, like a Westie, a Lakeland Terrier, a Schnauzer, an Airedale, use a pin brush. So there's often little balls at the tip of the brush. The pin brush is good for them because it'll cause less breakage on the hair, which is not what you want. You want to keep that wiry coat wiry in there. So these are great just to get through, but not take. So this is a brush I wouldn't really recommend using at home. It's got a little bit of a knife on the one side, and the other side I can put down to your dog's skin. Some dogs I cannot get this through because the mats are too close to the skin. So when using this dematting comb, I actually go to the base of the skin, pull up a little bit, get my fingers under there, and hold the hair that I'm dematting, just so that I'm not pulling on your dog's skin. So Huskies, German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, Samoyeds, that sort of stuff, those breeds that shed seasonally, you want to get yourself a mat rake, and you definitely want to get yourself a comb. Long-haired dog. So I find with those breeds, it isn't a bad thing to go straight down to the base of the skin and back instead of going up, just because there's too much undercoat there. It's best to just... If you can't get a comb through your dog, those bigger breeds, Shepherds, Huskies, Malinois, those Samoyeds, there's also these Coat King rakes. You can get them at Runs. So the Coat King also has a little knife to it. It's kind of like the other dematting brush I was showing you. So this will, if you can't get through your dog with the comb, this will make that possible. But so for Dobermans, Bulldogs, Frenchies, Pit Bulls, anything with very short hair, I I am a horse girl, so I like to use the stone. I could do short movements, short flicking movements with it, or long, slow movements. So the only downfall about these stones is that little pieces often crumble off and fall onto your dog's coat. So I always use my stones before the bath. The other good brushes for short-haired dogs are rubber curries, so you can get these ones at horse stores or at any pet store really should have them. These are a little harder to find. This is the one I prefer. So for cats, I recommend finding the finest comb you can. This is the comb that I like to use on all the cats that I groom. It grabs everything. Literally all the undercoat that you need to remove comes out. So with my cat clients, I've noticed everybody's using slicker brushes. Don't get any bristle brush for your cat. Get them a very fine tooth comb, stick it straight down to the skin, pull back. It will remove all the dead hair that's falling around your. So if you have a mixed breed, just send me a picture and a DM asking me which brushes you need. I can help you find out what's suitable for your pet, and we can go from there.